The church bells tolled like a death knell as Emily stood at the altar, her white gown feeling like a straitjacket, staring into the eyes of the woman she was about to marry in a sham ceremony orchestrated by her family's relentless pressure. But in that frozen moment, as the priest asked for objections, a whisper from the back row shattered everything. The fiancée beside her, Sophia, was no stranger but the undercover investigator her own company had hired to expose corruption. Sophia's real name was Detective Lena Vargas, and this engagement was her elaborate trap. Emily's world imploded, her heart racing as betrayal sliced through the facade of their fabricated romance, leaving her to question every stolen glance and whispered promise. Emily Harper had always been the golden child of her conservative Boston family, the one who graduated summa cum laude from Harvard Business School and took over the family pharmaceutical empire at just 28. But beneath the polished exterior of boardroom victories and charity galas, she harbored a secret that gnawed at her soul. Her attraction to women, a truth she buried deep under layers of denial and duty. Her parents, pillars of old money society, had no inkling. They saw her as the perfect heir, destined for a strategic marriage to solidify alliances. That's how the fake engagement started. A desperate ploy to buy time while Emily figured out her life. It began 6 months ago at a corporate retreat in the Berkshires. Emily's company, Harper Pharma, was under fire from whispers of insider trading and unethical trials. To quell the rumors, her father insisted on a PR boost, a high-profile engagement to a suitable partner. Enter Sophia Reed, introduced through mutual friends as a poised consultant with impeccable credentials. Sophia was everything Emily's family approved of. Elegant, ambitious, and from a respectable background. But from their first meeting, something electric sparked between them. Sophia's sharp wit and lingering touches during practice dates stirred feelings Emily had long suppressed. As the engagement progressed, Emily found herself confiding in Sophia about the pressures of her role. Late-night conversations in Emily's penthouse overlooking the Charles River turned intimate, though never crossing into forbidden territory. Sophia listened with empathy that felt genuine, sharing stories of her own rebellious youth that mirrored Emily's inner turmoil. Yet doubts crept in. Sophia was evasive about her past, always steering away from personal details. Emily chalked it up to nerves about the arrangement, but the unease grew. The turning point came during a family dinner at the Harpers' estate in Beacon Hill. Emily's mother, a staunch traditionalist, grilled Sophia on her intentions. "We expect loyalty in this family," she said pointedly. Sophia's response was flawless, but later that night, Emily overheard a hushed phone call from Sophia's room. "The evidence is mounting. I need more time to confirm the links." Emily's heart pounded. Was Sophia spying on her? She confronted her the next morning, but Sophia dismissed it as work stress, pulling Emily into a reassuring hug that left her more confused than ever. Work at Harper Pharma intensified the conflict. Emily discovered discrepancies in clinical trial data. Nothing damning but enough to raise flags. She confided in Sophia, seeking advice, only to find files mysteriously reorganized the next day. Paranoia set in. Was her fiancé helping or hindering? Meanwhile, societal expectations weighed heavy. Friends at the country club whispered about the power couple, while Emily's gay cousin, ostracized years ago, warned her via a secret email. "Don't let them erase you like they did me." The internal storm raged. Emily's dreams were haunted by visions of freedom versus the cage of expectation. One evening, after a heated board meeting where she defended ethical practices against profit-driven executives, she broke down in Sophia's arms. "I feel like I'm losing myself," she admitted. Sophia's comfort felt real, her fingers tracing soothing patterns on Emily's back. But the next day, an anonymous tip to the press hinted at scandals, forcing Emily to question if Sophia was the leak. As wedding preparations accelerated, Emily's resolve cracked. She hired a private investigator to dig into Sophia's background, uncovering fragments. No consultant history, ties to a detective agency. The pieces fit. Sophia was undercover. Betrayal burned hot, but so did the ache of what could have been. In a moment of clarity, Emily realized her feelings for Sophia weren't just from the charade. They were authentic, terrifying in their intensity. The night before the wedding, Emily confronted Sophia in a dimly lit hotel suite. "Who are you really?" she demanded, voice trembling. Sophia's facade crumbled. I'm Lena, a detective. Your father hired me to investigate fraud within the company. The engagement was his idea to keep me close. Emily recoiled, the room spinning. Her own father had orchestrated this? The man who preached family loyalty had betrayed her trust. Tears streamed as Emily processed the layers of deception. And us? Was any of it real? Lena hesitated, her eyes softening. At first, no. But Emily, you've changed me. I see the good in you, fighting against the system. The confession hung heavy, a fragile bridge over the abyss of lies. Emily fled into the night, wandering Boston's streets, her mind a whirlwind of anger, love and self-discovery. Dawn broke as she returned, steeling herself for the ceremony. But in the church, as the objection rang out, from her investigator no less, the truth exploded. Guests gasped. Her parents' faces paled. Emily turned to Lena, heart-shattering. The engagement was over, but the real journey had just begun. What price would she pay for authenticity in a world built on illusions? In the chaotic aftermath of the church debacle, Emily barricaded herself in her apartment, ignoring the barrage of calls from her family and the media frenzy labeling her the jilted heiress. Lena's exposure as a detective ignited a firestorm, with Harper Pharma's stocks plummeting and federal investigators swooping in. Emily's father, Reginald Harper, confronted her that evening, his face a mask of fury and desperation. You ruined everything. That woman was there to protect us. But Emily saw the truth. He had used her as bait, sacrificing her happiness for the company's survival. The betrayal cut deeper than any knife. Reginald admitted to minor adjustments in trial data to speed approvals, claiming it was for the greater good. Saving jobs, advancing medicine. Emily recoiled, realizing her idolized father was the architect of the fraud Lena investigated. How could you involve me like this? She screamed. His response chilled her. Family comes first. Love is secondary. That night, alone with her thoughts, Emily grappled with the moral quagmire. Was loyalty to blood worth compromising her ethics? Lena reached out via a burner phone, pleading for a meeting. Against her better judgment, Emily agreed, choosing a quiet cafe in Cambridge. Lena arrived disheveled, her detective badge hidden. I never meant to hurt you, she said, voice raw. Emily's anger boiled over. You lied every day. Pretended to care while digging for dirt. Lena explained her backstory. A Latina woman from a working-class family in Chicago, fighting for justice after her sister's death from faulty drugs. The assignment was personal, the fake engagement a necessary evil. As they talked, Emily felt the pull again, that undeniable chemistry. Lena's vulnerability cracked Emily's defenses. I fell for you, Emily. The real you, not the role. But trust was shattered. Emily stormed out, yet the seed of doubt lingered. Was Lena's affection genuine, or another manipulation? Back home, her mother called, pressuring her to issue a statement blaming Lena. We can't let this tarnish our name, she insisted. Emily hung up, feeling the weight of societal judgment, whispers of her unnatural inclinations now amplified by the scandal. The next weeks were a blur of interrogations. FBI agents questioned Emily about the discrepancies, forcing her to confront her complicity through ignorance. She cooperated, providing documents that implicated her father. The decision tore her apart, betraying family for truth. Meanwhile, Lena's team built the case, but she recused herself, citing conflict of interest. In a stolen moment at the courthouse, Lena whispered, I'm sorry for the pain, but you're stronger than this. Emily's inner conflict peaked during a therapy session, her first ever. The therapist probed her suppressed sexuality. Have you considered why this hurts so much? Emily admitted her feelings for women, the fear of rejection. Coming out seemed impossible in her circle, where tradition ruled. Yet, the scandal forced introspection. She reached out to her estranged cousin Mia, who had been disowned for being lesbian. Over coffee in New York, Mia shared her story of loss and rebirth. It costs everything, but freedom is worth it, she said. Inspired, Emily began small acts of rebellion. She leaked anonymous tips to journalists, exposing the pharma industry's dark side. The backlash was swift. Family friends shunned her. Board members plotted her ouster. Her father disowned her temporarily, cutting off funds. Living on savings, Emily moved to a modest apartment in Somerville, shedding the trappings of privilege. Lena reappeared during a protest against corporate greed outside Harper Pharma's headquarters. Amid the chants, their eyes met. Lena pulled her aside. "I'm off the case. Can we start over?" Emily hesitated, the wound fresh. But in Lena's gaze she saw mirrored pain. A woman who had sacrificed her integrity for justice, now facing departmental scrutiny for getting too close. Their tentative reconnection unfolded over walks in the public garden. Conversations delved into ethics. Was Lena's deception justified? Emily argued no. But Lena countered with stories of lives saved by exposing corruption. The debates ignited passion, blurring lines between adversaries and allies. Yet, external pressures mounted. Emily's mother orchestrated a smear campaign, painting Lena as a seductress preying on vulnerable Emily. Tabloids ran wild, fueling homophobic undertones. One explosive night, Emily's father ambushed her at her new place, demanding she retract statements. "Think of your future," he bellowed. Emily stood firm. "My future isn't yours to control." He left in rage, but not before revealing he had known about her sexuality for years, using the engagement to cure her. The revelation devastated her, confirming her family's conditional love. In desperation, Emily turned to Lena. They spent the evening dissecting the mess, emotions raw. "I love you," Emily confessed, the words escaping unbidden. Lena's response was a kiss chaste but charged with promise. But dawn brought reality. Lena's job was on the line, and Emily's testimony could send her father to prison. The choice loomed: protect family or embrace truth. As indictments rolled in, Emily faced the ultimate test. In court, she testified honestly, watching her father's empire crumble. The price was isolation. Friends vanished, society doors closed. But in the ruins she found Lena waiting, offering a hand. Was this redemption or further folly? The courtroom echoed with the gavel's final strike, sealing Reginald Harper's fate. A 2-year sentence for fraud, his legacy tarnished forever. Emily sat numb in the gallery, her testimony the nail in the coffin. As guards led him away, he shot her a look of pure venom. "You've destroyed us." The words echoed her deepest fear. Had she chosen self over kin? Outside, reporters swarmed, hurling questions about her affair with the detective. Emily pushed through, seeking solace in Lena's waiting arms. But peace was fleeting. Lena's department launched an internal review, questioning her methods. "Sleeping with the suspect's daughter? That's crossing lines," her superior barked. Lena fought back, arguing her feelings developed post-assignment, but the damage was done, suspension pending. Emily felt guilty, wondering if her love was a curse. They argued that night in Lena's cramped apartment in Dorchester. "I should have stayed away," Lena said. Emily countered. "We can't control who we love." Societal backlash intensified. Conservative groups picketed Harper Pharma, decrying moral decay in leadership. Emily's inbox flooded with hate mail, blending homophobia with accusations of betrayal. Her mother, clinging to social status, disinvited her from family events. "Until you repent," she wrote coldly. Emily's isolation deepened, her once vibrant life reduced to shadows. Yet, in quiet moments, Lena's presence grounded her. Cooking simple meals, sharing dreams of a life unbound by secrets. A pivotal confrontation arose when Mia, Emily's cousin, visited. Over wine, Mia challenged her. "You're out now, but are you living it?" Emily admitted her fear of full commitment. Mia shared her own scars, lost inheritance, fractured relationships, but also joys. A partner, community. Inspired, Emily attended her first LGBTQ support group in Boston's South End. Stories of resilience mirrored her own, easing the knot in her chest. Meanwhile, Lena delved deeper into her own conflicts. Raised Catholic, she wrestled with guilt over deceiving Emily. "My faith says honesty above all," she confessed during a midnight walk along the harbor. Emily listened, offering no easy answers. Their bond strengthened through vulnerability, but external threats loomed. A former colleague of Lena's leaked details of their relationship, twisting it into a scandalous plot. Headlines screamed, "Detective's honey trap topples pharma giant." The pressure culminated in a heated family intervention at the Harper estate. Emily's mother, aunts and uncles ambushed her, demanding she denounce Lena and reclaim her role. "This phase will pass," her mother pleaded. Emily's refusal sparked chaos. Accusations flew, tears flowed. "I'm gay, Mom. And I love her," she declared. The words liberating yet terrifying. The room fell silent. Her mother collapsed in sobs. Emily left, heart heavy with the cost of truth. Lena faced her own reckoning at the review board, testifying she owned her mistakes. "I compromised protocol for justice and yes, for love." The board deliberated, leaving her in limbo. That evening, Emily comforted her, but doubt crept in. Was their relationship built on sand? A surprise visit from Lena's sister, Maria, added layers. "You deserve happiness, Lena. Don't let the job define you," Maria urged, sharing how Lena's work had saved her from similar corporate greed. As Harper Pharma restructured under new leadership, Emily stepping down to avoid conflicts, opportunities arose. A nonprofit approached her to advocate for ethical pharma practices. She accepted, channeling pain into purpose. Lena, cleared with a warning, considered private investigation, free from bureaucracy. Together they navigated the fallout, attending couples therapy to rebuild trust. But betrayal struck again. An insider revealed Emily's father had bribed witnesses to lessen his sentence, implicating Emily indirectly. She faced subpoenas, her integrity questioned. Lena offered to investigate off-books, but Emily refused. No more secrets. The strain tested them. Arguments over risks, silences filled with unspoken fears. In a moment of crisis, Emily discovered old letters from her grandmother, a closeted woman who regretted her silenced life. The words fueled Emily's resolve. "Choose love, even if it breaks you." She proposed a real commitment to Lena, not marriage but partnership. Lena accepted, tears mingling with smiles. Yet, as they moved forward, society pushed back. At a gala for LGBTQ rights, protesters disrupted, chanting slurs. Emily stood tall, speech unwavering. "Love isn't a choice, hiding it is." The applause was thunderous, but the threats lingered. Lena's protective instincts flared, straining their equality. The high point came during a quiet weekend in Cape Cod. Away from chaos, they confronted core issues. "Did I ruin your life?" Emily asked. Lena replied, "You awakened it." Their decision solidified. Emily cut ties with toxic family. Lena pursued passion projects. But the price was steep. Lost fortunes, fractured bonds, constant vigilance. As autumn leaves fell, Emily reflected on the journey. From fake vows to authentic love. Was the pain worth the awakening? Winter gripped Boston in icy claws, mirroring the chill in Emily's relationships. Her mother's sporadic calls alternated between pleas and condemnations, each eroding Emily's fragile peace. "Come home, fix this," she'd beg, then lash out. "You've shamed us all." Emily hung up each time, but the words festered, amplifying her guilt. Lena noticed, offering quiet support, but her own battles, reinstatement hearings, left little room for more. A new conflict emerged when Emily's ex-board ally Victor approached her with an offer. Rejoin Harper Pharma as ethics officer, leveraging the scandal for reform. Tempting, it promised redemption and stability. But accepting meant facing her father's shadow, now paroled early due to good behavior. Lena urged caution. "Don't let them pull you back." Emily wavered, the moral dilemma tearing at her. Was reform from within betrayal or bravery? The decision crystallized during a surprise encounter at a coffee shop. Reginald appeared, frail but unrepentant. "I did it for you," he claimed, eyes pleading. Emily's anger surged. "You did it for yourself, using me as a pawn." He revealed more. Knowing about Lena's identity from the start, engineering the engagement to control the investigation. The depths of manipulation stunned her. "I thought I could steer her away," he admitted. Emily walked away, vowing no reconciliation without accountability. Lena's hearing brought its own drama. Testifying, she faced grilling on her relationship. Did personal involvement cloud judgment? She stood firm. It sharpened it. "I saw the human cost." Cleared, she returned to work, but promotion stalled due to controversy. Frustration mounted. Lena considered quitting. Emily supported her, but tensions rose. Lena's long hours left Emily feeling sidelined. Societal pressures escalated with a viral op-ed labeling their story a cautionary tale of deviance in high society. Online trolls harassed, doxing their addresses. Emily's nonprofit work suffered. Donors withdrew, fearing association. In a bold move, she co-authored an article for The Atlantic, detailing her journey from denial to advocacy. The response was mixed: support from progressives, vitriol from conservatives. Lena praised her courage, but privately worried about safety. A betrayal from within struck hard. Mia, Emily's cousin, confessed to leaking details to the press for personal gain. A book deal on family secrets. "I needed the money," she sobbed. Emily felt the sting of kinship shattered again. "Trust no one," she muttered to Lena, withdrawing emotionally. Therapy sessions intensified, unpacking layers of trauma. "You're building walls," the therapist noted. Emily acknowledged it, but healing was slow. Reconnection came through action. Lena proposed volunteering at a shelter for LGBTQ youth, channeling pain into help. There, they met teens facing similar rejections, their stories echoing Emily's. One girl, Sarah, shared being disowned. Emily mentored her, finding purpose. Lena bonded over justice talks. The work mended their bond, reminding them of shared values. But high stakes returned when Victor revealed embezzlement evidence against remaining board members. He begged Emily's help to expose it. Lena investigated discreetly, uncovering ties to her old case. The duo collaborated, but risks mounted: threatening calls, a break-in at Emily's apartment. "We're in too deep," Emily feared. Lena's resolve hardened. "We finish what we started." The climax unfolded at a shareholder meeting. Emily, uninvited, crashed it with proof demanding accountability. Chaos ensued. Security escorted her out, but the seed was planted. Media covered it, sparking investigations. Victor turned on her, claiming she fabricated evidence. Betrayed again, Emily faced lawsuits. Lena rallied, using connections to validate the docs. In the turmoil, their relationship strained to breaking. "Is this worth us?" Emily asked during a stormy night. Lena pulled her close. "You are." They recommitted, planning a quiet escape. A trip to California for breathing room. But before leaving, Emily's mother reached out, hinting at change. "I miss my daughter." Emily met her guarded. Tears flowed as her mother admitted fears rooted in her own repressed life. "I was wrong," she whispered. A tentative bridge formed, but Emily set boundaries. As they boarded the plane, relief washed over. Yet doubts lingered: could they outrun the past? In San Francisco, amid vibrant pride events, Emily embraced her identity publicly, holding Lena's hand. The freedom intoxicated, but news of her father's relapse, health failing from stress, pulled her back. Returning, Emily visited him in the hospital. Frail, he apologized. "I feared losing you to the world." Emily forgave, but distanced. Love isn't control. The encounter closed a chapter, allowing growth. With cases resolving, board members indicted, Emily cleared. The couple looked forward. But scars remained, decisions costs evident in lost naivety, hardened edges. Spring bloomed in Boston, a metaphor for tentative renewal in Emily's life. The lawsuits settled out of court, her name partially vindicated. Though whispers persisted in elite circles, she focused on the nonprofit, expanding advocacy for ethical business and LGBTQ rights. Lena, promoted despite odds, balanced work with their life, co-authoring a paper on investigative ethics. But inner demons resurfaced. Emily dreamed of alternate paths, staying closeted, preserving family harmony. "What if I chose differently?" she pondered aloud. Lena reassured. "You chose truth." Their discussions deepened, exploring morality's gray areas. Was Lena's initial deception forgivable? Emily grappled, concluding context mattered. Intent for good outweighed harm. Family reconciliation progressed slowly. Her mother attended a support group meeting, eyes opening to Emily's world. "I see now," she said over tea. Reginald, post-recovery, sent a letter of amends, acknowledging his failures. Emily responded cautiously, prioritizing self-protection. Siblings, once distant, reached out, curious about Lena. A family dinner tested waters, awkward but without explosions. Progress at a price. Constant vigilance against regression. Societal acceptance varied. At a conference, Emily spoke on corporate responsibility, earning applause but facing hecklers. "Traitor," one yelled. Lena's presence bolstered her, but the toll showed: sleepless nights, anxiety spikes. Therapy helped, emphasizing self-care. They adopted a dog, a symbol of normalcy, walks in the common, fostering joy. A new challenge arose when Lena's ex-partner, a fellow detective, resurfaced with warnings. "Your relationship jeopardizes careers." Jealousy laced her words, planting seeds of doubt. Emily confronted Lena. "Any unfinished business?" Lena denied, but the incident highlighted vulnerabilities. They set rules: no ex-contacts, full transparency to safeguard trust. Emily's awakening inspired others. Sarah, the sheltered teen, thrived under mentorship, coming out to her family with Emily's guidance. The ripple effect validated sacrifices. Yet, personal costs mounted. Lost friendships, financial dips from disinheritance. Emily sold heirlooms, embracing simplicity. High drama returned with a documentary offer on the scandal. Producers promised control, but Emily feared exploitation. Lena advised against. "Don't relive it." After debate, Emily declined, choosing privacy over publicity. The decision empowered, reinforcing autonomy. As summer neared, they planned a commitment ceremony. Not legal marriage, but a private vow exchange on Nantucket beaches. Friends like Mia, redeemed through apology, attended, toasts celebrating resilience. Vows spoken under sunset. "Through betrayal and truth, I choose you." The moment crystallized growth, but Emily wondered about permanence. Post-ceremony, life normalized. Emily published a book on ethical dilemmas in business, dedicating it to Lena. Reviews praised its honesty, sparking debates on morality. Lena's cases flourished, her methods reformed. Yet shadows lingered. A late-night call from her father, health declining again. "I'm proud in my way." Emily visited, closure bittersweet. His passing months later forced grief processing, mourning the man he could have been. In reflection, Emily and Lena built a home in the suburbs, community enveloping them. Advocacy continued, inspiring change. But questions remained. Did the ends justify the means in their story? The journey taught that love forged in fire demands ongoing choice. Emily looked at Lena, heartful. Was sacrificing family for personal truth ultimately right, or a selfish act masked as courage?